Welcome back to Sidenote Suplex. On Friday night's WWE Smackdown, Becky Lynch and Charlotte were set to exchange titles as each are now on opposite brands due to the new WWE draft being implemented. Charlotte was to hand the title over to Lynch, but it ended up being thrown on the mat, which was allegedly not planned and off script. Lynch threw her title at Charlotte hard, which was also not planned. Once Sasha Banks got into the segment, things went ahead as planned. The two superstars, that being Becky and Charlotte, reportedly were heated backstage and had words, but it didn't get physical. As per the PWINSIDER report, when Flair and Lynch returned backstage after their championship exchange segment, there were loud words between the two over Flair allegedly disrespecting Lynch by trying to quote-unquote make her look bad during the segment. Prior to the show, Flair had reportedly voiced concerns about the segment. Flair made it clear that she didn't want to look weak, nor did she want her title reign to look weak. Despite those concerns, her segment with Lynch went on as planned. The show closing segment with Lynch and Flair, hosted by Sonya Deville, was interrupted by Sasha Banks right after Flair proposed a winner-takes-all match. Lynch ended up leaving and promising to see one of them at the WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view on November 21st. In a report by Alex McCarthy of Talk Sport, Charlotte was supposed to play cat and mouse with the title, with Lynch getting a hand on it before Charlotte would pull it back. There was a quote timing mistake between the two that caused the title to drop, but was it a timing mistake or just egos? The report noted behind the scenes, Lynch and Charlotte have a strained friendship. Charlotte wasn't a fan of being called plastic in a promo a couple of years ago, and things have been tense ever since. Back at the gorilla position where Vince McMahon was, Charlotte walked through the room and didn't talk to Vince about what happened. Vince was described as being not happy with that. Charlotte was also apparently heading to Orlando for AEW Dynamite to support Andrade. In other Charlotte backstage news, she allegedly pitched that Bianca Belair win their match on Monday's Raw that ended up in a DQ after Charlotte used a chair on Belair. Charlotte is said to be a huge fan of Belair and thought the finish killed what could have been a big win for Belair. Lynch and Charlotte could cross paths again at Survivor Series, as the champions of each brands have typically met for a match. The disdain in their faces and overall vibe in that ring did look as if both have issues with each other, especially that night. And hey, in turn, this could create some good competition, but this also could keep these two apart if they can't work together. A long history between the two, both have rose to the top of women's wrestling in WWE. This somewhat reminds me of the Bret Hart vs. Shawn Michaels beef. Someone you came up with in the business, who you have maybe similar attributes to, but at the end of the day, hey, there's only one number one, right? WWE isn't so great sometimes with blending the real realities behind the scenes into storyline, especially in this new era. That seemed to be more of an old era thing. But what do you think? Do you think this could be brought out in storyline? Do you think either are out of line? And what's next for Sasha and Bianca? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more from Sidenote Suplex.